Hello, everybody. Joe Malone here, coming to you live on Dallas Trading Floor. It is Monday, and it looks like the market has kind of pulled back a little bit. I got sold out of a bunch of stuff. Oh, wait a minute. I'm having problems again, as usual. Okay, let's see if I can. Let's see if I can. I can get. I can actually get this thing started properly. So let's try again. So let's discard that, and let's see if we can get this thing rolling. Another little technical glitch on the TikTok feed. Hopefully we'll get that rolling here pretty quickly. All right, so go to, there we go. All right, now I've got to change this. Just too many buttons here. All right. Okay, come on. Yep. Simplify this. There. All right, there we go. Okay, I should be live on. I should be live on TikTok now. Had a little bit of difficulty there. So let's kind of get into some of the slides here. Kind of show you where we're at, and just kind of work it. Kind of work it. All right. So basically, what it is that Apple reverses higher, and then the Dow is actually rallying a little bit. Not much. The Nasdaq is off, though, as you can see. It's still holding the 14.7, but I think that there was a negative reaction with the situation in Kandahar in Afghanistan with the collapse of the Taliban. I mean the Afghan government. So there was a big shock this morning, and some of the stuff pulled back, but it seems like it's regaining some strength. Just don't know exactly what's going to happen there. I just a few minutes ago I bought Apple as it moved above this 150 level. That's kind of it's a little bit, it's still in the buy zone, it seems to be making a move above the buy point. We'll see. I only bought a half position, so we'll see how that that works out. Just to kind of want to show you another stock that I did buy. It's called Element Solutions. It's a specialty chemical company, not an area that I'm particularly familiar with, but it's strong. It's got a composite rating of 98, and the industry group is quite good, 47 out of 197. So I kind of put my little toe in the water to see. It's off of a flat base. A lot of the chemicals they make are used for for some of the battery technologies and from some of the for the electric vehicles. So this one does kind of look good. It has some pretty good earnings coming up, so we'll see how it does. I'm still in AMD. It's down a little bit. Remember, I pulled all the way out of AMD at 116, and then I came back in at about 109. So it's pulled back a little bit. We'll see what happens here with it. I do think that it's trying to find its base, so we'll see what happens. I'm in Palantir. I'm a little bit off on that, not a lot. Very small position in Palantir. I did trim my position in Robert Half. I did some profit taking today. That one has performed very nicely, Robert Half, and I still think it has some legs. I just wanted to kind of sell into strength there. I was buying it right about 90, and it's up. So I definitely took some profit there. Berkshire, it's up today. Not the most exciting stock. I bought this last week, basically because I was looking for something that was stable that I could buy, and that's kind of what Berkshire is. I don't know if it's a buy here. There's volume on it, but it is sort of in a buy zone. So if you were looking to put your toe back into the water and not get burned, this is probably as good as any right here, Berkshire Hathaway. So again, I started buying it last week. We'll see how it works on the portfolio. Again, I also bought Capital One last week. It's down a little bit. I'm down a lot on DocuSign. We'll see if it bounces. I've got to stop in pretty close to the price here at 286. So I'm really close to getting stopped out of DocuSign. Kind of like to see this one. Reverse as well. Done very well with ST Micro. It's down a little bit today, 4 cents, but this one seems to be hanging in there. This is the Swiss the Italian Swiss semiconductor manufacturer seems to be hanging in better than just a lot of the other ones. So we'll see how it works. I do have a spread, a bull call spread on NVIDIA, and we're going to be getting earnings, pretty quickly on NVIDIA, but don't have the underlying stock right now. Kind of waiting to see how it does through earnings. Under Armour, it's down a little bit, but it seems to be holding in there. Goldman Sachs, now that's really strange because I got stopped out of half of my positions on Goldman this morning, but it's come back. So go figure. I don't know what the deal is there, but Trex, interestingly enough, that's up again, and that's been doing quite well. And then Element Solutions, which is of course the specialty chemical company. So I've lost the connection to my having browser problems as usual. There we go. Okay, so I guess I'm just for some reason my camera. Hopefully I'll have this fixed. I ordered a new video card and it was the wrong one, and so that's pretty frustrating. Hopefully I'll get this sorted out here pretty soon. But at least for right now, I'm kind of dealing with what I got. What's your thought on Amazon? Well, Amazon, as you know, I'm out of the. I had a spread on it. I did close it just because it was to the point where it didn't seem like it was moving up anymore. But let's look at the chart for Amazon. Okay, and pull up the charts here just a sec. Yeah, there we go. All right. It does look like it's continuing. Amazon is sort of continuing in its downward in its downward mode. So basically, it's down to the 200-day moving average. It does look like it may be getting. This is on the weekly chart. Let's take a look at the daily. Yeah, okay. So it got support at the 200-day line, as you can see. It pulled down to that. It looks like it might do a reversal at this level. We'll see. It really needs to. Here's the thing with Amazon. It looks like it's getting some support at the 200-day line, but we'll have to see if it gets strength here, because several times before it's pulled below the 200-day line back here in May and in June. So it's very likely that this is going to continue on a downward trend, I'm afraid, at least for the time being. So I do kind of expect, yeah, it's going to be. It should get some. We should see it getting some support here at the 200-day line, but it doesn't. It did look like it got a little bit of support today. Let's look at the 30-minute chart to kind of see. Yeah, there's been a lot of some big buying is coming in here. It does seem like there is, and I want to look at it. There seems to be a floor right at about 32.14. So that seems to be sort of the floor. So 32.14 is basically kind of right here. Yeah, right here. Yeah, 32.14. So this is basically where the sort of the floor is. So the floor is going to be anywhere from about 31.27 on up. So really right now it's still in a downward trend. So I would just be very careful buying it right now, because it just seems like it's pulling back. Let's look at Berkshire for Kate. Berkshire Hathaway it's probably one of the better ones. It's a not very non-growthy stock in that it doesn't really invest in growth companies. Basically invests in it basically invests in sort of cash flow companies. That's sort of the way it is. Now, I purchased on the 9th a half position at 287.86. Not really that exciting in terms of a buy for me, but it is above that. So, I'll take it. I mean, I do think it's going to move above the buy point. The buy point on it is 295. So you could probably start building a position here. in Berkshire. I just kind of want to take a look at the reversal line. I'm going to draw a reversal line here and see kind of, where we're going with that. So I'm going to kind of draw this reversal line. As you can see, it's just above that reversal line. So it, it definitely is moving higher. Now it's slow because I think it's going to get a lot of resistance. I'm anticipating a lot of resistance at 295. I'm anticipating a lot of resistance there. So I don't quite know if, but I think that you could start accumulating a position here. I definitely think you could start accumulating a position here. So that's kind of my take on it. That you, oh, boy, I, all right. Let's see if I can get my camera back. Come on. Okay, there we go. Continuously having problems with this. I don't know what to say here. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can. Oh goodness. And now I'm getting half the screen. Okay, I'll be back in just a second. I've got to see if I can rearrange my camera here. This is really disappointing. But let's see if I can get it back. Just having a lot of trouble with my equipment. I don't know what it is, but a lot of trouble with my equipment. So let's look at Upstart and see if if we can do anything there with there. I think this one has been tough to play too. I was stopped out of Upstart, so it's a little bit more difficult to play. So let's look at Upstart. Go. Upstart. Yeah, and it's definitely pulled back. It's still in the buy zone, so potentially it is still buyable at this level. Let me see if I can kind of get my windows straight over here. Oh goodness, it's just there we go. Okay, so maybe this will work now. Okay, all right. Hopefully we can see that. All right. So with Upstart, it's above the buy point. The buy point is 191.89. And again, I'm having trouble with my bandwidth here. Sorry with this. On a cut basis, but it seems to have pulled back a little bit. It is probably actionable here. The earnings were excellent, but I just think you need to take right now in this market. I just think you have to be much more careful. It's the market has sort of changed its character a little bit. I'm getting the vibe that it's going to get a little more difficult to play it. So that's kind of the way I'm at. Okay, so let's see. That's not really a question. Okay, Disney. Let's look at Disney now. Disney has had some very good earnings. It seems to be turning for the better. We did, of course, have that bull put spread on it. We've closed that. It's done very well. We did well in that. We're going to try to find another earnings trade like this. But it's reversed. It reversed above the reversal line, and then now it's pulled back. So the question is, this is really trying to make a move over this line, and right now it's struggling a little bit. But I do think it's going to adjust and move higher. So if you're in this issue, I wouldn't sell it. but I wouldn't probably add at this level. I want to see a little bit more. I want to see a little bit more strength here. On Friday, on Friday it moved decisively up, and that was a good thing. But it's pulled back to the reversal line, so it's still having issues moving higher. So right now, not necessarily a good place to add right now. Um, I want to show you one that I did add today, and we'll see what happens. Is Element Solutions, ESI, and I did add it here. As a matter of fact, I should probably note it on. I just did it right before. Right before. Now this one, it's still pulling back, but it okay. So okay, I don't have a picture, but I have sound. Okay, sorry about that. Boy, just nothing but issues in terms of the technical. Let's see if I can get the camera back. Come on, there. I don't know if I'm having so much trouble with this, but anyways, I am. So let's just go full screen. There we go. Okay, with this, basically what's happening here is we're below the buy point, the 2170 buy point. This is on Element Solutions. This is one that I just bought. Now, I do believe this is going to move up into the buy zone. This is not a very exciting stock, but but what I like about it is its area that it's in. It's in this specialty chemicals. This seems to be getting really a lot of love right now. The areas of the market that are doing the best are not the techs. I mean, they're just absolutely not the techs. So we've got to buy things like steel companies, chemical companies, stuff like that. That's where the strength is in the market, and I'm trying to buy into strength. So this is the reason for Element Solutions. Now, I'm not saying it's the end all be all. It's a much slower stock than a lot of the other ones. But right now, right now there's a decided movement against tech. So you got to be super careful. You got to be super careful. Thoughts on Bitcoin? Okay. Um, Thoughts on ADA? I don't know what that one is. ADA. Let me take a look. Nope, not recognized. Sorry, that symbol is not. TDD, the trade desk. Again, unfortunately, many of these issues that are many of these tech issues are just struggling right now. I mean, that's just the long and the short of it. I mean, this one's fallen below the 21-day line. This was a superstar last year. The trade desk was a superstar last year, and I still think it's a great company, but right now I just think it's on a downward trend. I mean, it's on a downward trend. So, I just don't think, it's really, I don't think it's really investable right now. I mean, it's not uninvest. There we go. Get the trade desk up there. Yeah. So I don't think you want to buy this one right now. I think let it bounce off the 200-day line. That's the black line here, and then see what happens, because for right now it's just not working. All right, China stocks. China stocks are getting hit hard too. Um, what I can't remember the prime minister's name. Yeah, as you can see, this is probably a short candidate. To be honest with you, this stock is now fallen below the 200-day line, and it looks as if we had the let's go to the weekly chart to see if we can identify a head and shoulders pattern. I definitely think we're getting there. This is the left shoulder here. This is the head. This is the right shoulder, and it does look like it does look like we are seeing what could be a short on Neo. I would not buy Neo at this point. Sell Neo. Sell Neo. This is not a good chart. I don't own it, and I may be shorting it, but right now this is not a good chart. This is not a good chart on Neo. This is looking very, very weak, and it's looking like it could go lower. It's in one of the worst. Unfortunately, right now, auto manufacturers are not doing well, and it's just not looking good. Now it could turn around. I mean, last year this was a darling of this was a darling stock last year, but right now right now I don't think Neo is the place to be. I haven't been in it for quite a while, since December. I have not been in the stock. I know that everybody likes this one. They think it's the second coming of Tesla. I don't believe that. And it's struggling. I mean, this stock is absolutely struggling. So I would not consider this one. I would just not consider this one. I mean, if you do buy it, it's at your own risk, because this one's probably going to go lower. That's just the way it looks. I mean, Neo's probably going to go lower. CLR. Continental Resources. Okay, well, Continental Resources is actually looking fairly decent. This, of course, is an oil company, and it's in this consolidation from 31.40 up to 41.40, so about $10 in this consolidation range, and it does look like it's moving higher. So, my advice on this one is, if you're in it, I mean, it did pull back a little bit, but if you're in this one, you probably want to keep in it at least for a while. It is looking pretty decent. I mean, it is looking pretty decent right now. So, out of those two, I think it's just not the way to go. Would you do Upstart for puts? I wouldn't do Upstart for puts. I wouldn't do it up, because it's just too volatile right now. In case Upstart starts to fall, would be Interpoint. Yeah. I mean, if you want to do puts, that's great. But I think that I wouldn't bet against it right now. I just wouldn't bet against it that much. All right. Let's see. Doggy Coin, Disney, and DAVA. Let's look at DAVA. All right, DAVA, and I don't know this company at all. It's a good chart, though. It's a very good chart. It's a very good chart, but I can't really. I don't know enough about it. It's in the computer. It seems to be in a good area. Let's take a look, kind of see where the market is going. That's the main thing. For some reason, I'm not getting. Yeah, I think it's a bandwidth issue. Okay, so here is the. Here are the industry groups right now, and currently the top industry group is, if I could get it to click on, there we go. Currently, the top industry group rank is energy and coal. So which is amazing, because I've never seen it like this. And this one is just doing great. Let me just see if there's anything actionable here. I know Glencore would probably be the number one. Yeah, that's the Swiss company. Okay. So this one probably is buyable, believe it or not. Glencore Energy. It's got a 56 checklist. Yeah, I just wouldn't buy it. Looking at the, yeah, that's the Mark Rich company. And it trades in Swiss. It trades on the European exchange. Yeah, it's Swiss company. It's just basically a marketer of commodities. Let's look at the ownership in it. Yeah, they're just so energy and coal. I just can't see anything there. The other one, of course, is department stores, believe it or not. And the top stocks in that are Dillard's. And I'm not very excited about Dillard's either, to be honest with you. And it's not even buyable at this level. So I am out of ideas here. Let's see. Okay, let's take some talks from TikTok here. Materials and Snowflake, are they a good buy? Here's the thing with Snowflake. I think you got to be super duper careful. I think you got to be super careful buying Snowflake right now. It's probably a good idea to wait a little bit on the techs, unless you're really sure. Now, I did buy Apple today, but I am very, very squeamish right now when it comes to this market. I think that we're getting ready for a fall, and who knows? I mean, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? But with Snowflake, I mean, there definitely is. There are a lot of institutions in this, and that we have moved above the 200-day line, but it's just not at a place you can buy it. It was the high was 429. It's currently trading for 282. I just don't think you want to buy it. Now, MP Materials might be a little bit different. Let's look at MP. Let's see if MP Materials. This is definitely in a better group. This is a mining group, which has been a good group. I mean, it has been a good group. There's been some demand for it. The area that I do think that is going to also see some movement is the shipping lines. Actually, I do think that the shipping lines probably amongst almost all the other groups are going to be some of the better ones. So let's go down here. I just want to see if we can find anything in shipping that is going to. Let's see. Looking here. Yeah, nothing really. Oh, wait a minute, I got a new message here. Yeah. Thank you. Definitely could join. But what do you think of XRP? XRP. Okay. Well, let's look at the chart for XRP. See what this is. XRP. It's not showing anything, unfortunately. Gosh. Yeah, just not going. I love to know where the market is going. Freaking spy. Yeah, it's tough right now. I mean, definitely. We're having these. The spider has definitely. I mean, this is tough. This is a frustrating market. I'll be honest with you. I have one account. I'm 100% in cash, which is very unusual for me because I just can't find really anything that great to buy. I mean, I did buy. I did buy Apple today. I mean, I did buy Apple today, but that's about it. And Element Solutions, which is a chemical company, I bought them, but not really anything serious. It's so strange. It is so strange. Let's look at another. This is an interesting rail. This actually might be doing well. This is. I just want to check in on this. I haven't looked at this in a few days. Freight Car America, they make freight cars, which they are buying. I mean, one of the reasons why I bought Berkshire Hathaway last week was because the Burlington Northern had record earnings, and they are doing well in this environment. They are doing well in this environment. So shipping is doing well as our supply chains to China kind of failed. We have a real problem with China. And here in the U.S., a lot of people don't realize it, but we are very dependent on their products, which is unfortunate because we have a deteriorating political situation. So that's the reason why shipping has moved up and so much in price. I mean, we're going to see a lot of inflation because everything we're practically buying is coming from China. And of course, it has to be shipped here, and that's a big problem. But I'm not so sure Freight Car America. This is not bad. This was on the list that I put out of highly. I could definitely see starting a position in this. Currently, I don't have a position in Freight Car America, but I do think they're going to benefit because I do think we're going to see, whether we like it or not, I think we're going to see increases in shipping costs, and I do think that they are going to buy new cars. So I do see this, but this depends on orders from very very few people. So, but what's nice about this one, this is one that was on that list. We definitely have the volume moving up. So that is indeed looking good for this one. In terms of kind of the profits and loss, I mean, it definitely it came through earnings, and sales were up 114%. Now it's still in a loss position, but it seems to be getting better. I mean, it seems to be getting better. So I couldn't I wouldn't count Freight Car America Rail out. I wouldn't count them out. Oh boy. Unlike my camera, I can keep it on for about 2 seconds, and it just kicks back. I don't know what I'm having issues again with my with my camera, and I don't know what it is. It just doesn't. All right, it just doesn't want to. Just doesn't want to go. So I'll just maybe I'll just go like this. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Um, let's look and see if we've got anything on the spider. SPY and the daily chart for the spider. I mean, it's pulled up a little bit. After hours, it's up a little bit, not much. It's up 3 cents. I can't really, nothing really to say here. Nothing really to say. Well, I have wasted 30 minutes of your time, and I'm having a lot of trouble with my camera right now. So I apologize for that. So I'm going to probably cut it early. I'm going to cut it a little bit early today, unless I have some more questions. So, oh, wait a minute. I do have one more here. That's good. Can you do Wells Fargo? Yeah, thank you, man. Let's do WFC. All right, let's take a look at Wells Fargo. Yeah, it's pulled back a little bit too. Wow, everything's pulling back. Very tough market to trade. I will admit it. Yeah, it's definitely pulled back. It's definitely pulled back. Whoa. So would I buy it right now? No, I'd wait for it to continue up. It's through earnings. The relative strength line is down. It's just very tough to trade right now. Very tough to trade. I just want to kind of show you, what my allocation is right now, and I'm just going to give you an idea of kind of where I'm at, because it's I did sell off some things, and I just want to kind of show you my allocation here. I did sell. I did sell part of my position in Robert Half. So let's see if I can share this out. Okay. There. All right. So now we have, hopefully, so we can see that. It's kind of see the allocation, and hopefully, if I can get a cursor. Now I'm having bandwidth limitation. There we go. Okay, so there we go. As you can see, I did. This is my allocation: ST Micro, full position of Capital One, full position of Berkshire Hathaway, half position of Element Solutions, half position of Apple, full position of Crane, interestingly enough, and a full position of DocuSign. And I'm almost 20% in cash, which is, I really don't want to be 20% in cash, but there you go. ST Micro is my top performing. My worst performing is DocuSign. So very interesting. Yeah, I mean, I just moved into Berkshire a few days ago. Haven't been in it that long. It's up barely. Element Solutions down a little bit from this morning, but I suspect that will bounce. And then I just want to kind of show you kind of what I've been doing in terms of my selling. I sold Nike off, Square, Nvidia, as you can see, most all of these, and so that's kind of been the take on it. In one of my other portfolios, I'm almost all in cash, as you can see. I only have Robert Half, that's it, and then Advanced Microsciences and Palantir, that's it. And I just sold half of my Robert Half on that, so you can see I'm up overall for the month, but just a tough market to trade. Not a lot of stuff that I'm seeing out there that's really good right now. So I'm going to try to go back to the drawing board, and if you can get on the action trade alerts, that would be great, because then I will try to send out some more stuff. I need to do a little bit more research here. It's just not trending very nicely today, and it's just one of those things. So until the next time, I know that I'm having trouble with my camera, so I'm probably going to cut it short today. I hope everyone will be back tomorrow at 2:30 Central, and I will see you then. Happy trading.